For a mother, there is no greater sorrow in life than coming to terms with a child's illness. It's almost impossible to come to terms. There's always a soaring fear that her precious darling, whom she always kept close, could be taken away. Now, Shelley Peck, the mother to a 9-year-old Mali, was going through a similar situation when she had support coming in from unexpected quarters. Now, according to Mali's mother, she suddenly one day noticed a swelling in her daughter's left foot. Since Mali played soccer, she thought it to be a sports-related injury. Yet, after a month, the swelling was still there and the family sought medical attention. It was soon diagnosed in April 2015 that Mali Peck had a rare cancer that forms in the body's soft tissues, and the lump was actually a tumor. Her foot was amputated and Mali began 40 weeks of chemotherapy. Now, as a result of the chemotherapy, Mali lost all her hair. And as Mali was preparing for a return to school, her teachers and classmates at the Meridian Elementary School began to think of ways to make Mali feel comfortable back at school. The 9-year-old girl who spent months away from school while battling cancer received a welcome back like none other. When Mali's best friend Cameron heard that she would be returning to school, she was thrilled. She wanted to do something compassionate for her dear friend, so she decided to donate her portion of her hair. But she later decided that that wasn't enough. So she decided to shave her whole head. She told Mali on her return to school, "We can now be baldy besties together." Inspired by this show of love and compassion, the teacher Jody Hampelman worked together with Cameron to transform the idea into a school assembly to raise money for child cancer research. The result was a school assembly titled "Be Bold, Be Brave, Go Bald." Now, 80 students either donated their locks or shaved their heads on stage in support of Mali. Along with the students, 3 female teachers, both male principals, and even a student's mother got her head shaved. Now, when Mali was granted a wish by the Make-A-Wish Foundation, her mother, who knew that Mali loves sea turtles, suggested a tropical trip to Hawaii to see them. But when Mali couldn't think of what she wanted, she decided to give her wish away. And instead of getting a present herself, Mali decided to help other children diagnosed with cancer. She used her wish to put a smile on the face of cancer patients. While trips to Walt Disney tops the list for most Make-A-Wish children, others may ask for a big screen television, want to meet their favorite celebrities, or wish to be superheroes. But the rarest is the wish to give, which Mali offered to other cancer children. She decided to build a bear, stuffed teddy bears, and deliver them to kids that were going through chemotherapy. Friends, humans are inherently social creatures. We are cognitively, biologically, and spiritually wired to connect. Connections are the essence of human experience and help form authentic relationships with others. Do you know what makes people connect or disconnect? All of us want to be seen and heard and to have our needs responded to. That's the essence of empathy. Empathy has the ability to move us towards deeper and more meaningful relationships. Whether you want to connect with your colleagues, customers, or children, you need to master the art of empathetic communication. Our world would be heaven on earth if our doctors, nurses, teachers, employers, parents, boyfriends, girlfriends could learn to be more empathetic to each other. The ability to connect emphatically with others, to feel with them, to care about their well-being, and to act with compassion is critical to our lives, helping us to get along, work more effectively, and thrive as a society. Both the giver and the receiver are equally enriched when we perceive and respond to each other with empathy and compassion. After all, it's all a human bond that adds the music to the words in life. You can have all the money and power in the world, but you will never feel fulfilled without love and compassion, which happen to be two of our deepest human needs. Learning how to show empathy will help you nurture the relationships that are such a necessary part of human experience. Without empathy, people tend to go about life without considering how other people feel or what they may be thinking. Empathy is the missing link in our families, in our schools, and at our workplaces. But being empathetic can be challenging. And the biggest challenge that acts as a hindrance to displaying empathy is the fact that too often we live in our heads. We are busy, so we don't pay attention to what others are thinking or feeling. Secondly, in our fast paced world, people just keep moving. Empathy requires that we stop and take time to care. Another big challenge to empathy is the fact that the longer we know a person, the more history we have with them, and the harder it is to put that aside and simply be with them. We end up having developed a preconditioned response which we will need to be aware of and stop in order to truly open the connections with the person. We need to look at them with new eyes and leave our baggage at the door. But remember, empathy can be taught, and we can learn to be more empathetic. Employers who want to have an engaged or a productive workforce needs to get tuned in to their employees. Research indicates that patients who don't feel cared about have longer recovery rates and poor immune functions. Students too who felt disengaged are more likely to drop out, while marriages without empathy are more likely to fail. So empathy matters in every corner of our life. Our human brain is actually hardwired for empathy because our survival depends on it. We are all here because of mutual aid and cooperation rather than because of survival of the fittest. If we only were wired for survival of the fittest, then we would be wired to dominate others and to only think of ourselves. And that's not how we were made. As Dalai Lama said, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries, and without them humanity will not survive. Friends, in the Zulu tribe, an equivalent word for hello is Sawubona, which means I see you. Now, every human being has a longing to be seen, understood, and appreciated. We all need to see each other to bring out the full potential in others. Remember, it is the small gestures that get permanently imprinted in our hearts. When you help someone from your friendship and caring, there is a part of immortality because you live in someone else's life and in other people's hopes. And this is really what it's all about, to invest yourself in others. Make empathy your legacy.